Your life experience, good or bad, is a gift when you share it with others. At Taxi Chronicles, we allow real riders with real stories to share their gift. So hopefully this episode will intrigue, enhance or inspire you. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another rider. Today we have a lovely lady in the car and she's just going to tell us about the world of PR, but the PR from a special angle because she's got a very impressive resume of what she does and who she works for. So nice to have you here today.
Hello.
If you just grab that.
Hello, I'm Emma Williams. I guess I've had a PR career for I hate to say it, but maybe 12 years now. So I've been doing it across the board. I worked in television, I worked in print and radio and online, and I guess now I help book podcast guests, and also I guess print and radio and television is continuing, I guess, still across the board.
You were speaking about what you have to go through when you're booking podcast guests at a big status. Elaborate on that more.
Yeah, so quite often we have to find, guests that have got a really, really in-depth story, people that have got a lot to say for themselves, what they've succeeded in life, like how they've done it, and we have to reach out to their agents, their managers, their publicists to find ways like they can also explore their story with us, because the podcast I work with is like a very long form podcast. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hours of chat. So they also have to be very, very good at speaking and, relaying their story and also explain to the audience and to the listener. So yeah, that's how I generally do it, is like speaking to the PRs or the managers, finding out what they're promoting at the moment, giving them a platform to speak up about whether they're releasing a book or they're releasing a film. So quite often that's a really nice way of getting someone pretty big on board, is like offering them that platform to promote something as well, if we don't have a fee, which we don't. And I'd be very surprised if someone's offering a fee for a podcast, because quite often these days I don't think people do, but there will be a time where it's kind of close to a television show and people can start offering fees. But when it's not when it's not a promotional platform, if you're not offering a promotional element to it, they probably will ask for a fee. So it's kind of like another way of looking at it, in my opinion. So yeah.
That's interesting. But there's so many podcasts out there that people can always pick and choose.
Yeah, they can. And I guess, depending on what you're interested in. Like personally, I look at iTunes top 10 and see what everyone else is looking at and how frequently they release. The podcast I work on is every Monday, weekly, without fail. They deliver you that content, and it's got no breaks. It's consistency is key. Exactly. There's no breaks. It's not a series, not a season. It's every Monday without fail, and I think we've literally done a year without a single break, and that's quite a big thing. When you're dealing with big, high, reputable people, high-end, I don't know.
Can we have some names?
Yeah, we've got some names. We've worked with people like Jimmy Carr. We've got people we've got big guests in the pipeline I probably can't speak about, but we've had people like Molly May coming up. We have had people the CEOs of Monzo coming on, the CEOs of Starling Bank. We have had various celebrities footballers. We've had Rio Ferdinand come on. We've got Russell Howard coming on next week. He's released on Monday.
Okay.
So yeah, there's various amounts of guests and different types of guests coming on.
What have you learned that you wish you knew when you started in this business?
Do you know? I think just keep asking questions. I used to get a little bit nervous about asking questions personally. Is that the right thing? Is that the wrong thing? Will I look stupid? And you know what? You might, and it's okay, because I learned a lot from that. I would just ask, if you're not 100% clear, you're not meant to be a genius. Like, you learn as you go. Like, you're not meant to know absolutely everything about everything in life. And I've learned about the blockchain recently. I've learned about investments. I've learned about other things, like in addition to, obviously, you know, it kind of adds a string to your bow, I guess. And I do think that's really important to ask questions, because you don't always know, you're not meant to know the answer, I mean. And I think that's fine to ask, and I think you get kind of respected a bit more if you just absolutely outright just be like, you know what, I don't know this, can you just give me a bit of an update? So you just don't look like you're winging it on the day or in any other way. Like, I just think it's really important.
Before we finish, is it okay if you tell the story, what you told me about that man?
Yeah, so I work with Stevenbartlett. He is the youngest and newest dragon on Dragon's Den in January. It's going out in January. And Steve launched a company called Social Chain from his bedroom in Manchester, and Steve didn't go to university. He learned a lot from himself and his own mistakes and his own growth, and I think that says a lot about people that don't necessarily believe in education, that might not work for them. You know, I think it really, really does depend on how you are as a person. So, you know, you can work with the biggest investors and the biggest, I guess, success stories, and you're just like, wow, actually, I'm working with someone who's 29 years old, who's got his shit together, and he's just so humble and lovely. Like, he's a really amazing guy to work for and work with, and the team.
You spoke about how he started this company, he sold it.
Yeah, he sold like part of his shares. He didn't sell all of it, but like, he is a founder of the Social Chain. And in 2020, I believe, he sold a portion of those shares, and then, you know, that resulted in him being able to work for multiple companies, or like launch other companies that he's now a founder and CEO of. And one of those is Flight Story, another is Third Web. So like, he's become bigger and better. And I think after like experiences like things like Social Chain and now Dragon's Den and all the other investments he's made since those meetings at Dragon's Den, I guess it's all going to be a new venture. Very exciting.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for
Thank you very much.
And we wish you well.
Thank you very much. You too.
We hope you liked that Taxi Chronicles interview. Don't forget to share and subscribe to get the latest episode. Ever considered investing in the continent with the fastest growing economies and population on Earth? The same continent that holds 30% of the world's known natural resources. Listen to our sister podcast, Africa Investor Stories, where you hear real investors with real stories from around the world share their experience of investing in Africa. We post Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. British Standard Time.